Hello and welcome to my channel, Lady Green Thumb 2. This is the second day of a 10-day recordings that I'm going to attempt to do for this month of July 2025. I'm in Maricopa County in Scottsdale, Arizona, and it's considered Zone 9B. I'm going to turn it around and show exactly what I'm going to be harvesting today. There's quite a bit that has gotten away from us. I'll be going through that very quickly. I'll start on the right side here. I've been meaning to harvest the potatoes and now they're completely torched. So there's one over here, one here, and here. So 3 spots. So I'm going to try to dig those up. And then this pepper here, maybe some of the orange ones. These are super hot. They were, I think, labeled as cayenne, but they look quite different from that. So I don't know if this label is right. So I'm going to move my way back here. Sweet potato, by the way, is looking amazing. Let's see if I can zoom in. I'm getting distracted here. But eggplant is also ready. Check this out. There's at least 5 to 6. Only going to harvest the tomatoes that are ready to pick, just so that I can let it vine ripen. I have enough at home. I plan to give most of the things away at this time. Ooh, the roselle is looking amazing. I just planted that on Tuesday or a couple of days ago. This squash here, I'm not sure if I'm going to leave these on, but there's, I think, 3 of them. There's one on the other side there. I'm going to move my way back here. And then I noticed that I'm running out of dried basil at home. So I'm going to harvest basil all over the place in this garden, wherever it's coming out and where it might be going to seed. See, this is an example of where the seed pod is starting to form. So if I take that off, I think I've been through this multiple times. I'll allow for more branching, and then I'll probably top this too so it becomes more branching. This is an Emily basil, the one seed that came out from multiple. Some French tarragon I might harvest for tea. Also flowers. I'll take it home for my tiny vase on my kitchen table. And then cucumber, there's a few here. Check this out. I mean, isn't that incredible? And there's a couple more. There's one on the ground over there, and there's one more, but it's hiding right now. I'll find it. There's a tromboncino squash. Check this out. It's on the other side, but it keeps growing. I like the multicolor on there too. It's beautiful. There's a lot more babies coming on. But this is the Spanish melon, and we have a baby over here. So that's a good sign. I'll probably prune off some of the vines on there so it doesn't become so messy. And there's squash to harvest. The last video I showed it. This was supposed to be harvested, but it's going to be coming out today. Definitely sharing a lot of this here. There's one on the ground. This will also come with me. There might be some Kalima beans that are ready on this row, L7, meaning the left side. I'm on the left side of the garden now. I don't see as many, but this is what I'm looking for. So if I see any that are about this size or longer, I will pick it. And I believe that will be all that I'll be harvesting, but it will be quite substantial once I get to it. And then I'm going to be mulching. I'll just show a clip here of what I end up doing on this side here. I want to try to get at least 3 more rows down with the straw. It feels such accomplishment if I get all of it done. This is the one bag or bundle of straw that I got that it's almost finished. So I'm going to try to use up as much as I can here to finish it up to fill hopefully all of this. There's one more that I have on the other side, on the right side, in case I need to open it up. So as I go along, if I see any weeds, I try to take them out. This should help to suppress the weeds in the pathways, as well as cover the soil surface. So the microbiology thrives and survives. I forgot to mention one thing I did do before I headed out the door this morning is on my patio, I checked the pots of all the seeds I started. One of them was passion fruit. I mean, I tried to sow that multiple times, and one is popping up and it looks very promising. The sweet potatoes also, the two sweet potatoes that I took from the garden here, they're the white variety. I took that home and those look good too. And then I also had bought lemongrass from an Asian store to root, and they have all rooted. And I finally transferred it out yesterday onto my patio while it was dark, in an area where first thing in the morning you wouldn't be getting full sun. And I just topped that off with water in this vase here. So I'll be creating a pot or two. I think I have one empty one at home that I can use, but I'll need two more to uppot the rootings of the lemongrass. I see why it's good to start things and have them ready in case you have space. It definitely looks a little faster on the time lapse, I'm sure, but I feel like I'm making progress anyways, doing this at normal speed. There's some work involved in separating the straw. I've just noticed in L5 on the right side of me that the black-eyed peas has started to vine, or it's sending up vines. It's not really supposed to be a vining variety, but it does. I'm going to say that it's in between a vine and a bush, and this area, the pathways between that is going to be covered up pretty well with that growing out, which is a great thing. Definitely a workout here. I always end up planning more to do at the garden and have to really work fast, as fast as I can. It's also getting pretty warm. I didn't check the temperature, but I'm pretty sure it's in the hundreds today. And since it's early in the morning, I got here around 7:15. It's a little bit bearable. Okay, it looks like I'm going to need that second bale of straw. So I'll get that ready and you'll see me on the other side laying that out. Just filling the spots here in that are not so even. I did turn on the hoses before I got here inside the enclosure, and I'll water in the rows that I've laid the straw down in, just so that they don't blow around everywhere. Starting with the second bale here, I just cut it open with my scissors. It's pretty tight. On that last row there, I did find weeds, so I was just removing them. They're the type that are very prickly, so gloves are needed to remove them. So it seems like one bale will cover one side. So it might just be enough, because I did cover the rows, a few rows on the right hand side. Hopefully I have enough to cover some of the plants on the right hand side, because I didn't get to all of them. But you'll see. I'm just dusting off the particles that have flown into the leaves of the plants in the rows as much as I can, shaking them off. That completes 4 rows on the left side. What an accomplishment. think that took about 20 minutes. I'm just bringing one and a bit of the straw over from that big old bale there that I had. And I'm going to lay this down because I didn't finish up here. So I'll do as much as I can here and then move on to watering the rows with the straw in and harvesting. Oh yes, and when I go along here, while I'm harvesting, I will probably prune off any dead or dying leaves or any diseased. This will probably be a better angle to see what's happening. I think I'll get one. Oh no, I have half here. I'll use this one up. I see there's zinnias here that are coming up, at least seedlings. So I'm going to keep those open just so that when the bigger ones here get unruly, I'll just cut them at their base and let the smaller ones grow up. Encouraging to see. Try to lay the straw down around the plant as not to be too close to the stems, as well as anything that's touching the ground. I lift it up a little bit to lay the straw as close as I can to cover as much soil. I'm going to end it over here. I think I can finish the next or whatever is left in 2 more visits to the garden.